Hey guys, I'm Mark with the TractorTread YouTube channel. Today I'm going to show you how to remove the mowing deck on a Cub Cadet Ultima ZT1 with a 42-inch deck. There are two different ways you can go about doing this. I'm going to show you the easy way. To make things easier, I'll be using a needle nose pair of pliers and a 3/8 wrench. You can also use a socket and a ratchet. So let's get started, and the first thing you'll want to do is step down and hold on the deck lift pedal. On the left hand side, you have your control knob. Turn that down to 1 inch, releasing the deck lift pedal, and that'll lower the deck all the way down to the ground. On the right hand side of the mower, just below the control panel, there is a multi-tool. We're going to remove that. This will have a socket wrench on one end and a pin on the other. Next, we'll remove the floor pan, and we'll do that by removing that bolt. You can remove the bolt using the socket wrench tool. Now we'll remove the floor pan. You can do that just by grabbing a hold of it right up here, lifting the tabs out of the machine. We'll set it aside. We remove the floor pan so that way you can look down at the belt and look down at your idler pulleys and check your pulleys and make sure nothing's bent or broken. Now you're going to go on the right hand side of the machine, just below the control panel. You'll see the lift arm. There's a hole in the lift arm. We're going to insert the multi-tool inside the hole. You want to make sure that's inserted all the way. This is a safety feature. This locks out the deck lift system. This lift arm is under a lot of spring pressure, and by locking this out, if this would release, saves you from pinching your fingers while we're working on the mower deck. Now go to the left hand side of the machine, and we're going to remove the spindle cover. Using your 3/8 wrench, you're going to remove these 3 bolts. And we can remove the cover. Removing that cover gives you plenty of room working around that spindle pulley, working around your idler arm, and removing this belt. I did say there's 2 different ways to remove the mower deck. There's actually one way to remove the mower deck, but there's 2 different ways to remove the deck belt. One way is to go underneath the back of the machine. You can pull on the deck belt right here, pull it this way. Try to get the deck belt to come off the PTO pulley, being careful that the belt doesn't roll itself back onto the pulley and pinching your fingers. And when the belt comes off, it usually comes flying off, and it does dislodge the idler spring on the mower deck. So you want to make sure that you know the location of your idler spring. I don't like doing it this way. We'll go back to the way we were doing it. So then what you can do is put your hand in between the deck lift hanger and the tire. Go right behind the idler pulley. Pull on that pulley. With your other hand, lift the belt up off the spindle pulley, and then slowly release your idler. That makes it a lot easier. With the pressure off the belt, now you can go underneath the machine and remove the belt from the PTO pulley. Next thing you'll notice at the front of the mowing deck, there's a rod connected to the front of the mowing deck. We're going to remove this rod. We'll do that by removing this clip and pulling out this pin. Also up on the front of the mower deck, this rod that's holding the deck on, you'll see 2 jam nuts up front. We're going to leave these 2 jam nuts alone. You're not going to mess with that. This is how you adjust the pitch of the mower deck. You can raise or lower the front of the mower deck by adjusting on these nuts. We're not going to be messing with that. We're going to be leaving that setting alone. Next, using your needle nose pliers, we'll go ahead and grab a hold of the pin. Pull the pin toward you, and it'll pop right off. Then you may need to lift up on the deck a little bit. Lift up on the front of the deck. Push the pin out with your thumb. Then we'll lift this rod up out of the way. On each side, by the deck hanger, on top of the mower deck, you'll see a bolt and a jam nut. We're not going to mess with this. This is how you level the deck from side to side. And we'll use our needle nose pliers again, grabbing a hold of the pin, sliding that right off. And you may need to lift up on the mower deck a little bit. Using your thumb, push the pin out. Then we'll lift our lift hanger up out of the way. The lift hanger rod, you can angle that a certain way that it'll hold our hanger up in the air out of the way so we can slide our mower deck out. And we'll do the same thing on the other side. Again, we'll use our needle nose pliers, pulling off the pin. Lift up on the mower deck, use your thumb, push out the pin. Then we'll lift up on the deck hanger, angling that deck hanger pin just a way that it'll hold the hanger up in the air. To give yourself a little bit more room, you can turn the wheels to the front. Now you can see we got plenty of room to remove that mower deck. All you have to do now is reach down and grab a hold of the mower deck and pull it out from underneath the machine. I know it's real easy on this nice shiny floor, but I did remove it in the stones, in the driveway. The deck doesn't have a whole lot of weight to it, so it does remove very easy. And with the deck removed, now's a good time to sharpen your blades, inspect the belt, inspect your pulleys, idler pulley, make sure everything's in working condition, clean out any debris. And if you guys did remove the belt the other way and your spring came off, this little rod right here will connect to the mower deck frame, and the spring will connect to this rod, and the other end of the spring will hook onto the idler pulley right there. So now we're ready to slide the mower deck back underneath the machine and hook everything back up. And we can just grab a hold of the mower deck, slide it back underneath. And you want to line up the deck hanger with the frame on the mower deck. Everything will hook up the same way as when we took it off, just in reverse. You want to make sure you take a look at your pins. You have one short one, two long ones. The short one goes up in the front rod, the two long ones go in your deck hangers. Right hand side first, lower the hanger into position. You may need to lift up on the mower deck. We're going to slide the pin in from the back. And we'll secure the pin with one of the clips. And we'll do the same thing on the left hand side. May need to lift up a little bit on the mower deck. And fasten it with a clip. Next we'll connect the rod up on the front of the mower deck. You may need to lift up the mower deck. Insert the pin. And fasten it with a clip. Next, go back underneath the back of the machine. Route the belt up over the brace and around the PTO pulley. Now that we have our belt going around the PTO pulley, making sure it goes around our idlers and around the other spindle pulley, now we can pull on this idler while slowly pulling on the belt. We can roll the belt back onto that pulley. And after we have our belt on, we can check to make sure it's going around all the pulleys. Look underneath and make sure that the belt's not rubbing anywhere, making sure that it's going around our PTO pulley. And we'll take a look at the back of the machine one more time and just make sure that the belt is going around that pulley. You can now install the spindle cover and fasten it with the 3 bolts we took out earlier. At this time we can remove the safety lockout multi-tool, and we can install the floor pan, lower it down into place, and secure it with the bolt. And that's it. The last thing we need to do is just take it outside and test it.
So I hope this video has helped you guys out. Please subscribe to my channel. You can also join my Facebook group. That's TractorTread - used tractors for sale. I'm Mark with the TractorTread YouTube channel. We'll see you on the next one.